Could you actually go from not owning any property now, or maybe you do own your own place now, and you want to build an investment property portfolio? Wait until you guys hear Mary's story. And the short answer is yes, it is possible, and it's easy. But you have to understand that yes answer comes with the right amount of determination, preparation, and guidance. Hey, what if that guidance comes from a proven system? A system that helps folks like you with guides who do this sort of thing day in and day out. That's even better for you, right? Because in this video, we're explaining exactly how we helped a young single woman here in San Diego. She went from owning one home to owning 10 units in just a few short years. We're showing you exactly how someone no different than you or I made that happen for herself. That's Mary, and she did that in less than 3 years. Let's peek into what that process looked like, the conversations and the planning. Hey, we even sat down with her folks in the initial phases to be sure they were on board. Remember, this was a single gal in her mid-30s. Getting her parents' blessing was important to her. And we're even going to explain how she used a 1031 exchange to double her unit count and cash flow. Hey, when you think about it, there really are two different kinds of property owners. The folks who go out and they buy their first condo, townhome, or a house, and then they move their way up that ladder, right? They're selling that first place after a while. They're using the proceeds to step into the next property. This is a very traditional way of property ownership. Hey, growing up, most of us were all shown and taught this way. And for most people, it's fine. Then there are folks who want more in life. They realize that owning their own home alone isn't going to give them cash flow or build family wealth in a way to create financial freedom we all deserve. And those things can be achieved by anyone. By the way, I'm Lenore Anderson, your San Diego realtor, and I'm partners with my dad, Lyle. Reach out to us when it comes time for you to make a move. Hey, we all deserve more in life. Let's talk about how you can get there with income property. We're happy to help in any area of the nation with any situation. Our contact info is down below. And now let's get to Mary's story. So a few years back, my dad Lyle has this client, Mary, and she bought a single family home in Poway, which is a suburb here in San Diego. She's just living there for about 9 years or so, and she decided to sell it and use those proceeds from the sale. A single woman, she goes and buys a condo on Black Mountain Road in the town of Rancho Penasquitos. She ends up living there for about 3 years. Again, working within the IRS tax code, she sells it and uses her proceeds to buy another property on Rancho Carmel Drive in the town of Carmel Mountain Ranch. What Mary is doing, anyone can do. As a single person, with each sale of her primary residence, Mary was able to walk away with up to $250,000 tax-free profit. Now, that would have been $500,000 if she was married. And guys, this works anywhere in the United States. It's not just here in San Diego. Thank you, Uncle Sam. This works if you folks have been in your place 2 out of the last 5 years, and this is where you can get seed money to go out and buy those income properties. Here you go, up to $250K if you're single and up to $500K if you're married. Now, this is where Mary's story turns from being a traditional move up the ladder type property owner to the next level, to the income property owner level. Like before, with each sale, Dad meets up again with Mary to list her Rancho Carmel Drive condo, but this time he introduces her to the idea of buying multi-units instead of just another single condo or home. He suggests maybe Mary doesn't go out and buy another home or condo. Maybe she buys a fourplex. Lyle explains the principle of leverage, which is using a small amount of money to control a large asset, that she could move into one of those 4 units and that the other 3 units would offset her mortgage, because a 4-unit building can be bought with owner-occupant financing using only 3.5% down payment with an FHA loan. And how he especially likes the fact that a single 4-unit building has some really special features, like only one roof, sometimes only one water heater, plus one insurance bill, a set of utilities to cover, a yard area, and only one mortgage. Basically, one building to take care of. And remember, the other 3 units help offset her mortgage. A much easier income property to manage than, say, 3 separate properties all over the city. Mary likes what she's hearing, but she brings in her support staff, her mom and dad. So my dad holds a family meeting and he draws out a diagram, an upside down triangle, and he explains how buying a 4-unit building like the one that they had their eye on Streamview Way here in San Diego, this is just the initial stepping stone. Mary could get in with very little out of pocket using the 3.5% down payment to control a 4-unit income property here in San Diego. Stay there for a year or so and do a 1031 tax-deferred exchange into more units, giving her the freedom to grow her real estate portfolio. Her folks were on board with what my dad explained, and Mary got their blessing to move forward. She bought that fourplex building on Streamview, and Mary held on to it for 2.5 years. And then things exploded for her real estate-wise. She sold it, and she utilized that 1031 tax-deferred exchange, which is part of the IRS code, deferring any capital gains by rolling all of her proceeds into 4 properties. To stretch her purchase dollar, though, she sent Dad and I to Vegas. Yep, you heard me right. We vetted a handful of agents out in Vegas and found a great husband and wife income property specialist team out there. We told them the game plan Mary had in place. Then we went shopping on Mary's behalf. The Vegas husband and wife team had set up all of our showings. They knew our budget. They knew the types of properties and the types of returns we needed to achieve for Mary. It was a busy couple days. We looked at a dozen or so properties. We wrote 6, maybe 7 offers in 2 days we were there, and we landed 4 properties under contract for her. She ended up with a single family home on Thomas Avenue, another single family home on Chimneywood, and 2 fourplex buildings, one on Malika Lane and the other one was on Windward, exponentially improving her cash flow position from a fourplex building here on Streamview in San Diego. But she also turned 4 units into 10. So did you catch the part where I said Dad and I went to Las Vegas on Mary's behalf? Well, this was because Mary was in the middle of chemo treatments back home. She trusted the guidance and the proven results that she had experienced with us in the years before, so much so that she gave my dad power of attorney to act on her behalf to make these purchases. Remember when I mentioned at the beginning of the video that normal, everyday people like you and I can do this? It's especially true if a single gal fighting cancer could pull this off. I know that you have it in you too. Everybody knows getting a real estate license, that is the easy part. Showing up and putting in the work year after year, that's the not so easy part. For me, I guess I just grew up with this understanding that to be in this business, you need to earn trust and that you always do the best thing for your clients and their families. You're honest and you lead with love. And when you do that, folks like Mary not only trust you to help them once, but on many transactions. And they end up referring family and friends and really anyone they know, especially when you help them gain financial independence and family wealth. So if you are of the same mindset and Mary's road to financial freedom speaks to you, hey, maybe you need some guidance or you are ready to get started. Whatever the case, reach out to us. We'd love to hear about your situation and how we can help. And oh, by the way, be sure to check out this video next.